Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and get started up in here. What's going on? What's happening? These live streams be tripping sometimes. They seem like they be kicking people out of the chat. I'm trying to figure out what's going on, or kicking people out of the stream. Man, what is going on? Looks like it kicks the people that are waiting out. I don't know. Okay. All right, there we go. Yeah, man, we back. I was gonna jump on here yesterday, man, but I said, you know what? Let me just jump on Monday. I had some stuff to take care of, so I said, let's go ahead and get on here Monday and kick the Monday night off right, and we can do the post-fight show tonight. So yeah, let's wait a few minutes, let a few people come in, and just want to make sure this connection is working, make sure it's stable, and then we can get started. I gotta turn the track up here. Oh, excuse me. Marcus Bell, what's going on? First one in the building. That's the man right there, Marcus Bell. Always coming through. Always coming through. So let's see. While we wait a few minutes here. This track on. All right, here we go. All right, y'all. Welcome back to another CB99 live stream. Combo Breaker 99, of course. What's going on? Robert Henry, and yeah, of course, Marcus Bell. Shout out to Robert Henry, man. He's been putting in work on that Facebook page, on that LDWMMAC website. Facebook page. You know, he's been putting it down, man. You're gonna have to. I guess he's gonna take a little break from it, man. But yeah, definitely a lot of respect to you, Robert, for keeping people posted on what everybody's been doing, as far as everybody in the underground WMMA scene. It's definitely appreciated. Very, very much appreciated, man. Hope the break is just a tiny hiatus. Hope it's not definite. Hopefully it's indefinite. So yeah, man. Yeah, just wanted to come back on here on a Monday. I know a lot of people getting off work. Me, I'm on vacation right now. A couple of days off, a couple of days away. And it's much needed. So yeah, we're going to get into this post-fight weekend. And we'll talk about some other stuff too, of course. Whatever comes up, we will discuss it here. So yeah, man. He will be, Robert. He definitely is. We got in contact. He will be in here. He definitely will be in here tonight. Because I got questions for him tonight. I'm going to ask him how that crow tasted. And I'm going to ask him, did he get salmonella from that crow? I'm going to ask him, did he share it with anybody else who picked Jillian? Let me stop. I'll wait till he gets here. Colton, what's going on? Miocic Tate's talking about mixing it up in the division and being the greatest again, but she's coming off a 5-year layoff. I don't know if she knows what she's in for. Being the greatest again, she never was the greatest. She was a champion, but she wasn't the greatest, Never. She was never the greatest, no. I am, Robert. I'm hungry right now. I haven't eaten in like 9 or 10 hours. But, try to go a little fast every now and then. But I haven't eaten like 9 or 10 hours, Robert. So the hunger will kick in about another 45 minutes to an hour. But yeah, I hope everybody had a good weekend, man. Great fights this weekend. UFC 261 was on point. I'm just loving it, the direction that WMMA and MMA is going. The best fight the best. Shout out to Francis Ngannou. Great work against Tate, Miocic. Like I said, proved me wrong. I'm glad he proved me wrong there. Like I said, my fan pick was Francis, but Tate was my, just my pick off of how the last performance went. So. Again, Francis Ngannou just went in there and showcased some greatness there, greatness in the making, very good discipline, good striking, discipline all around, and yeah, he's definitely going to be a monster in there if he can just master patience and discipline, and then just bring that power out of nowhere, stop telegraphing the power and just set it up like an assassin. Let me see. Let's check the chat real quick. But yeah, we're gonna talk about the fight real quick. But we want to jump on Miranda Maverick versus Jillian Robertson. Got the special guest coming in, BJ from No Filter MMA, and I want to talk to him about the performance of Jillian and what she needed to do. What kind of improvements she's seen, what he's seen in her, what she needs to work on. I want to ask him personally, since he's not just a fan, but he knows her, he knows her more so we'll talk about that. And yeah, we'll talk about Miocic Tate a little bit. I think I talked about Miocic Tate like once last week, but I really want to kind of delve in on what kind of improvements can she make. What can she really do to, like you said, Colton, get to that level of greatness, or even get back into the title contender mix, And of course, that picture right there, the triple threat. Robert, you know what I'm talking about. The triple threat. That video is coming soon. Now that Miranda Maverick won her fight. Triple threat video in the making. Yeah. So let's get started here in a minute. I'm just checking something. All right, there it goes. Yeah, man. So yeah, Francis Ngannou, man, he just went in there and executed a good game plan that got him the knockout the way he needs to really focus on getting knockouts against a smarter fighter. You know, just don't go in there swinging wild, swinging for the fences. That only works on guys who are intimidated by the power. You know, so this time around, you know, I really feel like Francis Ngannou, you know, he did his homework. You know, he linked up with Kamaru Usman and definitely worked out for the better, and got him the results he needed. You know, he became, like I said, a patient assassin. Always had the power, but he set the power up this time. You know, breaking him down, legs, body, and he did. It only took him one round to do that. You know, only took him one round to do that. So by the time he got into the second round, Stipe not so much focused on what could happen if he gets hit in the head. You know what I mean? He started focusing like, oh man, I gotta counter back. I gotta watch my legs. I gotta watch the body. So by the time he tries to go on his offense, boom, he gets hit with the shotgun jab by Francis Ngannou. You know, so Francis is safe to headhunt now. That's what I'm saying, guys. They got to learn how to focus on the legs, the body. Then eventually, those headshots will come. You know. What'd you say, Coach? Does Francis beat John Jones? He can, man. Damn, that's a tough one though, man. Like, the possibility is definitely there. He can definitely do it, you know, with the right, if he continues to go in the right direction with the right team, and they continue to perfect his craft and really appreciate the punching power he has and the way they can deliver it. Man, he could probably do some things. But you know, I'm kind of leaning more towards John Jones just because I feel like, you know, he has too many tools in his belt right now. You know, the experience. I know people think he's on the downside, but still, you know, he has, you know, what he has is just that it's already like that built-in legend, I like to call it. You know, John Jones has a built-in legend where he can handle anything. But, you know, power in the heavyweight division, man, that's an equalizer. That's a game changer. So let's see. What if the triple threat went undefeated this year? Is it possible? Man, it's possible. It's definitely possible. You know, if Montefiore closes this year out, and then Taylor closes the year out, and then Miranda closes the year out, shoot, yeah, man. But yeah, man, this rematch too, man, like I said, a lot of people still felt like Ngannou was gonna win the fight. You know, so that should have been telling me something. You know, first time around, Stipe, he dominated. You know, pretty much executed a good game plan, and people still pick Ngannou as the favorite. You know, people really wanted Ngannou to win this fight because I think they just want to see that John Jones matchup. They want to see that style matchup. You know, and they feel like Ngannou's a much more exciting fighter, which he is. You know, that's one reason I wanted to see him win. You know, he's a humble champion. You know, he's a humble contender. You know, he went back to the drawing board and really worked on what he needed to, and that's what I'm saying. Like, the results show because that's what he was. You know, he was humble. When Francis hit Stipe with that left hook, it looked like the spirit left his body for a minute. I'm serious, man. Like, the power was crazy, man. Like, the way his body fell back, yeah, man. Like, the way his body fell back, he was done. Lolita, what's going on? Lolita said Amanda Lemos called out Angela Hill. Oh man, that's an interesting fight. I mean, that's what she needs, a top tier opponent. Is Angela Hill, what is she, top 10? Is she number 10 now? It'd be interesting. And yeah, Lolita, I'll probably do that video tomorrow on Teron Woodley. I'll probably put it up tomorrow. I'll probably not just talk about the fight, but I'm just gonna talk about how Teron Woodley needs to retire. You know, I think he just needs to retire at this point. Francis B. Jones. Like I said, it's possible. It's definitely possible. I can't say yet. Just like I can't say with Whaley Rose. I can't say yet. So, yeah, Francis Ngannou, man. Like, what I seen from him was greatness in the making, man. And I don't just give that to anybody. I mean, him going in there and just really setting up a good jab, good leg kicks, robot chickens, what's going on? Taking his time, you know, really pacing himself, and just really, you know, taking, you know, just, I know it's hard too, because he's a power puncher. You know, you want to let your hands go. It's hard, but he just shows some great discipline in there, just really taking his time. Like, I know he wanted to just let loose, but you can see him taking his time, just breathing and just taking his, look, breaking the legs down, right hand to the body. And then boom, like, that takedown defense moment was just like, oh wow, this dude is really, he's really executing what he learned in training. You know, he put the weight on Stipe's back, and that's the way he spun and got the back and just started landing the ground and pound. I was like, yo, this dude's looking for, you know, he's looking better by a minute, man. Yeah, Teron Woodley, man, he got to go, man. I mean, for his own good, yeah. Robot Chicken said Francis is the king. Yeah, man, moving forward from here, if he continues to just elevate and become a puncher, methodical puncher, the way he is, he presented last Saturday, then yeah, he'll definitely be a force. Derek Lewis rematch in the making. I don't know. Anybody want to see that? I would like to see that. But, you know, I want to see the John Jones fight first. Excuse me. I want to see that fight first. Okay. Let's see, y'all. So, how many of y'all think, who's going for John Jones? Before we jump to the next topic, who's going for John Jones in this one? Who thinks John Jones can win this fight? Am I the only one? Let me see. Do y'all think it's one-sided? Who is going for John Jones clearly? Like, not John. Yeah, who thinks John Jones can actually win this fight clearly? Gary, what's up? Gary said Woodley chose the wrong fighter to be aggressive with. He did, man. Like, he chose. I was like, what is he doing this time? He's trying to be a little aggressive. Like, he's going on offense a lot here. But then, boom, there it came, and there, boom, there it went. That's what everybody says, Colton. They always feel like he lost to Reyes and Thiago Santos. They both took some bad damage in that fight. Thiago did. Yeah, the Reyes fight was close. It's 50-50 for me right now, and I don't have my pick yet. So. Yeah, I think John can find a way to win. I mean, I still want to see how he holds that weight too, though. So yeah, man. Let's see what else we talk about with Francis Ngannou. What I was impressed with his jab. I was impressed with the straight punches. Impressed with his takedown defense, and most of all, impressed with his patience. Just his ability to, like I said, not go wild and just keep Stipe overthinking. Stipe was really overthinking in there. Like, see, the first fight, Stipe seen everything coming. The big shots would come in, so he could counter them. He could roll with them because he could anticipate it. He knew them big hooks were coming. But this fight, it was like Stipe was thinking, man, this guy's coming in a little bit more composed. Like, I don't know which way to turn. Where's the shots coming from? So I think that's what kind of had Stipe on the back foot so much. He was landing a few leg kicks, but never could get anything going. Never could get anything going because he was worried about the power. Boom, double jab comes. Overhand right comes. Stipe got a chin though, man. I don't know about y'all, but Stipe got a chin in there. He took that first shot and then he took that ground and pound. I was like, dang, man, he ain't going down yet. But it's always those shots you don't expect, man. Like when Stipe stepped in on that second round, man, he caught that compact left hook. Boom, that was it. Robot said Francis will give Jones his first L. The Santos fight is Jones' lowest point in his career. I would like to see Covington versus Masvidal. Should Usman be fighting Covington? I don't know. I mean, to me, he beat Covington convincingly. I think the Masvidal fight is just more of a money fight. So, in my opinion, Masvidal scared to fight Colby because it would end his whole gangster persona. Yeah, like Masvidal, Colby Covington, that's a close fight. Like, Masvidal, yeah, he come in as that gangster, but Colby Covington, I don't like him and I don't respect him as a person really, but as a fighter, I gotta give him credit. He can fight his ass off. He definitely will fight. He's definitely tough and skilled. Don't really care for him as a person, but yeah, he's definitely a tough fighter. And I could see Colby going in there and, in a 5-round fight or 3-round fight, either one giving Masvidal work, man. So, Usman should be fighting Wonder Boy. I got Usman in that fight. Yeah, man, so everybody's pretty much, some people on the fence still, so most are going for Francis Ngannou, which for good reason I can see. Like if Francis comes in there, just the same guy he did against Stipe, it could be a tough night for John Jones, definitely, yeah. So yeah, man, hang on here. Let's here we go. Look, here he is. Shut that well-rounded. We'll phase out them one-dimensional fighters. BS. Francis beat Stipe. There he is, y'all. Hold on, man. Let me I thought I sent the link out. Hold on. Let me send him a link real quick. All right. He's in it. It's true though, B. It's true. All right, there you go. Yes, sir. It's coming. I don't care for Colby Covington personally, but he's a hell of a fighter. Yeah, he's a good he's a good fighter. Yeah, he's definitely a good fighter, man. Yeah, he's a good fighter. Hang on, y'all. I gotta get some water. Let me get a glass of water here. Yeah, BJ, come on in, but I'll be right back. I gotta grab some water here. 1 second. Let me get this bottle of water. I'll be right back. All right, back with y'all. Back with y'all. Here we go. Yes, sir. In the building.
Here, the champion here. What's up, man?
What's going on, man? Feel like it's been a minute, man. But how you been, man?
I'm good, bro. You know that was a tough loss Saturday night, bro.
Just so y'all know, hold on.
What it is, though.
Okay, yeah. Just so y'all know, that's BJ from No Filter MMA. He's in the building. And first question, B. Got to kick it off right. How did the crow taste, man? How did it taste?
It actually didn't taste too bad. Because when you look at two fighters like Miranda Maverick and Jillian Robertson, of course, man, we're gonna be biased because one is each one is one of our fighters. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, we're gonna be biased no matter what. But you know, when you got two finishers like that going in there, somebody's gotta go. You know, somebody's gotta get beat. When you got two scrappy fighters like that, somebody's gonna get beat, man. But I thought it was an entertaining fight. I mean, I was more entertained at the fight than anything. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was a very good fight. I think that Miranda Maverick, I think her physical strength made up for some of the technical things that was going on. I think Jillian Robertson was doing a lot of things technically right, but when you're physically strong, can you still hear me, Combo?
Yes.
Okay, I'm driving. I'm on my way home. But when you have a physically strong fighter like Miranda Maverick, you know what I'm saying? Like you can nullify some of that technique with just she can muscle out of a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? And I saw that. You know, Jillian did a great job in the second round of securing that top position, but we kept seeing Miranda Maverick elevate the hips. You know what I'm saying? Like turn out of certain positions. You know what I'm saying? To get out of danger, man. I thought it was just entertaining. Very good back and forth fight, man.
I agree, man. Like I told you, biased aside going into the fight, it was like based off what I seen with Miranda, I would say 60-40 for Miranda, just on my side. Like, but even then, it was a little bit closer and closer, just because off of what Jillian can do when she takes it to the ground. And I'm not gonna lie, man, that second round was a little scary, bro. You remember I texted you, man. I was like, yo, that round was scary. I was like, oh, here we go. I was like, she about to pull this thing off.
Right. Yeah. It got a little nerve-wracking in there, man. But you know, Jillian got positionally dominated in this fight, man. You know, she got positionally beat in this fight. Miranda Maverick did a good job of getting out of dangerous positions with Jillian Robertson and putting Jillian Robertson in dangerous positions of her own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think Miranda Maverick, man, you know, I think I may have slept a little bit on Miranda Maverick because she come into the UFC fighting two of my girls. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
first up she was fighting Joe Jua, second up she's fighting Jillian Robertson. You know, so I really hadn't had a chance to really look at Miranda Maverick without it being under the cloud of her fighting one of my girls. It is what it is with that, but she's good, man. You know, she's for her to be as deep in water as she was on the ground with Jillian Robertson and to come out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's pretty good, man. That's pretty good because when Jillian Robinson gets most girls in that position, they're not getting out of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And Miranda Maverick was able to, you know, she was able to get out of it multiple times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I gotta give it to Miranda Maverick, man. She looked great in there Saturday night. You know what I'm saying? She looked great in there. But I also gotta give Jillian Robertson. I also have to give Jillian Robertson credit because her striking looked a lot better. You know, it looked like she's been working on the striking and being more committed to the striking and not just immediately going for takedown. You know what I'm saying? Like Jillian Robertson was engaging on the feet, man. And I even heard not the referee, but the commentators say a couple of times, nice right hand by that was a solid right hand by Jillian Robertson. And I was like, whoa, are they saying, like, am I hearing what I think I'm hearing? But, you know, Jillian Robertson did a good job of for somebody on the level of Jillian Robertson as far as, like, skill level, as far as striking. Jillian Robertson did a decent job in there, you know what I'm saying, landing her own shot. I think Jillian Robertson's punch of choice is a straight right. I noticed she threw that punch a lot in this fight.
I saw that too.
She'll throw it straight. You saw that, yeah. I think her punch of choice is a straight right, and I think if Jillian Robertson can hone in on that punch, you know what I'm saying, like make that punch your punch. You know what I'm saying? And she did a good job of landing that punch. She landed the straight right better than a jab.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like she utilized that punch better than a jab. So you know, it's like I see the improvement in Jillian Robertson. But it's like her opponents are a step ahead of her as far as her being able to implement the game plan that she's trying to implement. It's like her opponent knows what's going on. But you know, with that aside, you know what I'm saying, it was a good fight. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely a good fight. It wasn't no blood or nothing, which I was expecting some blood. We didn't get no blood. But it was still a good fight. You know what I'm saying? Like I would watch that fight again. I mean, I just think it was a good show of two hungry flyweights. But, you know, Miranda Maverick, you know, people hated so bad. Go back about a month, Combo. You remember when everybody was shitting on Miranda Maverick off of what she said about or at least how they took what she said about Valentina Shevchenko and wanting to fight Valentina. But listen, whether y'all Valentina Simps out here want to admit it or not, you know what I'm saying? And I talk a lot about my favorite flyweight, you know what I'm saying? But my flyweights have taken a hard road here lately. But that doesn't go for the rest of the division, guys. There are hungry girls in this division that are gonna do what it takes to do to get to that level, to get to that fight. And Miranda Maverick is doing what she said she was gonna do. She beat Liana Jojua, who had an impressive flyweight debut. You know what I'm saying? And then she stops Liana Jojua, and then she goes out here and outworks Jillian Robertson, who is a solid staple at 125 pounds, somebody with a lot of wins in the division, a lot of finishes in the division. You know what I'm saying? And you know who's been in the division since day one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So to go in here and outwork somebody like Jillian Robertson and stop somebody like Liana Jojua, I would say, you know what I'm saying, despite what she said about Valentina, I would say that's a good start for Miranda Maverick. And I got to give her, like, I really have to give her that credit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to be biased, man. Listen, we all got our picks out here. We all got, you know, like I said, we all got our picks, bro. You know, but I got to be straight up 100, man. Miranda Maverick is doing what it takes to get to where she wants to be, period.
I agree. I agree, man. What you brought up about a month ago, I think what a lot of people heard was just Valentina. They didn't hear they didn't hear the middle part where they didn't hear the middle part where she said, "Give me Valentina in 2 years." You know what I mean? Like, people didn't hear that part where she said, "Look, I still want to work hard. I still got to go back to the drawing board and work on some things. I just want to fight my way up and earn it. And in 2 years, I want to see myself fight for the title." You know, so it's just whenever people hear the name Valentina, they go, "Oh, whoa, slow your roll." You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly. Yep. You know how they go.
Yeah, but like, yeah, I'm definitely not one to gas her up and say she ready for it either. You know, like, there's still work that needs to be done, and I think within 2 years, pushed right, you will get in there with the right fighters. You'll beat them, and you'll be challenging for that strap. You know.
Right.
But going back to what you were saying about the hold on, what you said about the grappling too. That's why that one day I was on your stream and I typed in the chat about her winning like a grappling tournament. I was like going back through a lot of them and I was seeing the work she was doing, and you know, she already told me that, you know, she's been at a few tournaments with Jillian Robertson. You know, they never went head up, but they used to see each other. So I think she used to have a floor seat on seeing what she could do and what she could defend against and what would work, you know. So when you saw her in there actually fighting off the rear naked choke or the submission, you know, by armbar, it was like just flowing like water for her. You know, she could get it was no problem. BJ just like cut out. Oh, there he goes. Hold on.
Miranda Maverick looked at Jillian Robertson's most commonly used submissions. You know what I'm saying? Like, the rear naked choke and the armbar, those are Jillian Robertson's sweet spots. You know what I'm saying? Like, she catch you in the arm, but look how she submitted. Emily Whitmire, bro. Savage armbar. And, you know, and she submitted everyone else with rear naked chokes. So it looks like Miranda Maverick worked on that, bro. I mean, dude, you know, I love Jillian Robertson. I'm always going to be a Jillian Robertson fan, period. But I got to give it to Miranda Maverick, man. She was well prepared for a fight with Jillian Robertson. It seems like some of the other girls that Robertson's faced, they hadn't really been prepared for the level of grappling that Jillian Robertson can put on you, the level of pressure that she can put on you, you know, on the ground. If you let Jillian Robertson do what she wants to do to you, she will dominate you on the ground, you know, and you got to counter that. And Taylor Santos and Miranda Maverick figured it out, you know? So, I mean, kudos to them, bro. But if you think I'm going to deviate away from being if they think I'm going to deviate away from being a Jillian Robertson fan, they wrong.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this, BJ. So, after that performance, a lot of people were saying that they didn't see greatness in Miranda, which you're not supposed to yet, or they're saying they weren't impressed by it. Like, what are your thoughts on that? Like, what are they supposed to be impressed by? What are they looking for?
Like, how could you not be impressed? I mean, have they not ever seen Jillian Robertson fight, though? Like, that's the question. Have you not ever seen Jillian Robertson fight? For somebody, like I said, to be that deep in water with Jillian Robertson and get out is pretty impressive. That right there stands out, because if you've ever watched Jillian Robertson fight, she has the best top pressure in the division, dude. The best top pressure in the division. And to see Miranda Maverick elevating Jillian Robertson, you know what I'm saying, off from on top of her. Because these girls, we watch these girls squirm and struggle up under Jillian Robertson when she's on top of them, and they don't go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jillian's still stuck to them like glue. I thought it was impressive, bro. I'm not even going to lie to you.
Yeah, because one thing I noticed is, like, when she got her takedown, whenever Miranda went in for that Superman punch and she got the body lock and took her down, like, she couldn't even get in the position to let her ground and pound go because, you know, Miranda was that quick.
Right.
Hey, y'all, hold on for a second if you want to talk to the chat for a minute. I'll be right back.
Go ahead. He said talk to the chat. Let's see. TJ, she's saying that she trains like every fight is against Valentina. Folks missed that, right, TJ? We'll definitely see. Okay, TJ. Seems like you focusing a lot on De La Rosa and Robertson, which means you thinking about me. I must be on your mind. That's right, Mr. Lee. Mr. Lee. That's very impressive, man. TJ said, what we've learned from Jillian Robertson recently is that her ground game isn't as good as some thought. I don't think that's true.
All right.
TJ, Combo. TJ says what we've learned from Jillian Robertson recently is that her ground game isn't as good as some thought. What you got to say about that, Combo?
Oh no, her ground game is good. Her ground game is good. It's her strike.
Maybe if you said Combo, go ahead.
No, look, he'll disagree with me too, man. Like I don't even want to take the bait on that one, but I will. I guess I'm gonna just tell him, look, her ground game is solid. Her ground game is good. It's not the ground game. It's the striking, which is she's still getting the grasp of. Let's just be honest. Like she needs the striking to set up more takedowns, but I don't see any problem on the ground. Maybe some moments where she could be a little bit more physically strong. Explosive. Yeah, explosive thing. Yeah, explosive. Like there were some moments where she could have like slipped around and just got that armbar a little bit quicker when she transitioned to it. But the explosiveness wasn't there.
Right. And see, Miranda Maverick, she has that explosiveness. Like Miranda Maverick is very explosive. You know what I'm saying? So, that's where Miranda, those little battles like that is areas where Miranda Maverick is gonna win. She's gonna win a lot of those quick little, her explosiveness is gonna win a lot of those little battles like that. When you're on the ground and you're in deep water with somebody who can submit you like Jillian Robertson. You know what I'm saying? Like Miranda Maverick exploding out of some of those positions is good for her. Because there was even some points where Jillian was trying to take the back and Miranda would give up her back. But and Jillian would try to chase the back. But as soon as Jillian tried to chase the back, Miranda Maverick would change position very quickly, whereas other girls, where you've seen them expose their back and Jillian takes their back, they're not doing anything. You know what I'm saying? Miranda Maverick would make little tweaks and little movements to where Jillian couldn't really secure the back. You know what I'm saying? Did you catch that combo?
Damn, yeah, I caught that, but I was like, damn, you really breaking that one down. I was like, shoot, you catching some stuff out. You catching some stuff I didn't catch. Yeah, because
I was really watching this fight, man.
Yeah.
I was really wanting to see when the fight went to the ground. I was really wanting to see what Miranda Maverick was going to do because you kept telling me, okay, her ground game is this, her ground game is that. I want to see,
Yeah, whenever she got her back that one time and Miranda kind of stood up and she gave up her back, I think she knew what she was doing. She was like, okay, I know what she's going to go for, so I have to sacrifice the back just to make this one little move, and that's what she would do. So the one point where she sat down and they were just seated and she was going for the rear naked choke, I was just looking at how calm Miranda was. Did you notice that? Like just how calm she was.
Yeah.
So
was very calm.
Yeah. Whereas you've seen in the past where Courtney Casey and them, it was just like, oh, that's it, we're done, because they don't have the answer. They don't have the defense to deal with that. So yeah, very, very good competitive fight, man. Like, what would you rate Jillian Robertson's striking in this fight, and what would you rate Miranda's striking?
Miranda was getting off some good shots on Jillian, dude.
Yeah.
But
1 out of a 5.
Say what?
From a scale of 1 to 5, or 1 to 5.
I think Jillian Robertson's striking in this fight went from like a 1 to like a 2.5, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Because the commitment. It's all about it's all about how much you wanna strike. If you're not a striker, it's about how much you want to strike. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Which is what I was saying about De La Rosa in the Araujo fight. De La Rosa was confident enough to stand and throw her own shots in that fight. You know what I'm saying? She was confident. It's all about committing to the striking. Like, Jillian Robertson knew that in round 1 that she wanted to strike for that long. In the Poliana Botelho fight, Jillian Robertson immediately shot for a takedown. You know what I'm saying? Like in this fight, you've seen a lot of bouncing around by Jillian Robertson. You know what I'm saying? A lot of bouncing, a lot of foot movement, a lot of movement from Jillian Robertson. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of kicks from Jillian. You know what I'm saying? Like she's incorporated a lot more kicks into her game, man. Like I said, that straight right of Jillian Robertson, it was money. It was money Saturday night. It's not a lot of pop behind it, but it was landing Saturday night. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know, and the thing about, and I think you brought this to my attention, Combo, a while back, how Jillian throws a lot of punches short.
Yeah.
She wasn't throwing a lot of short punches in this fight. She was actually like stepping into her range. This was the little shit, man. Like she was stepping into her range and hitting. She was hitting Miranda Maverick. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm seeing is like, damn, like I see the little input. Listen, guys, win or lose these fights, what's important, see, a lot of people focus on the win or the loss. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look and see how your fighters got better. Tyron Woodley got beat Saturday night. But what did we see? We seen a more aggressive Tyron Woodley. You know what I'm saying? People gonna give Tyron Woodley shit. Oh, he lost 4 in a row, whatever. What we seen Saturday night that we hadn't seen from Tyron Woodley was a Tyron Woodley who came out here and wanted to fight. You know what I'm saying? Who was ready to fight. And he was fighting. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy to say this, to hear myself say this about an MMA fight, but he was in there fighting. You know what I'm saying? And Jillian Robertson was in there, and I can tell she felt a little more confident in her striking. You know what I'm saying? But Miranda Maverick's striking looked good. It was fast. It was hard. It was accurate. You know what I'm saying? Like, she did a good job. She did a really good job, man. But Jillian Robertson also did a good job in the striking department for somebody like Jillian Robertson, you know?
Yeah, her right hand.
That's these grapplers, man. Like, these grapplers are improving their striking game, man.
They got
go ahead, bro.
Yeah, they got to, man. Because her right hand looked better in this fight. You know, she was extending it. And I was like, this is what you got to do. You know, this is what you have to do to, you know, step your game up and compete with these flyweights. But what are you thinking, man? What do you think the next is for Jillian Robertson now? Time off or go right back into another fight?
I think some time off would benefit Jillian Robertson. Because Jillian's pretty active. And her being so active is why she's got the most fights in the division, how she's been able to rack up the most wins, the most finishes, whatever in the division, is because Jillian Robertson fights 2 or 3 times a year. You know what I'm saying? Like, she fights pretty often. I think the longest layoff of Jillian Robertson's career is when she got knocked out by Macy Barber. That was the longest we've ever seen Jillian Robertson off, but which in that fight she should have taken longer because she was injured coming into that fight with her back. So I think some time off for Jillian to keep working on that striking game, because in this fight I seen a vast improvement in the striking, man. Like, if you didn't see that, then you just weren't watching the fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you didn't see improvements in Jillian Robertson's striking in that fight, then I mean, I don't know what you would.
Yeah, there definitely was improvements there, man. I think everybody's been kind of acknowledging that. Colton had a question for you, man. He said, I want BJ's pick on Montana Jillian. Is that a fight you can pick, man?
That's a 50-50 fight, man.
Mm-hmm.
Jillian Robertson versus Montana is a 50-50 fight. If the fight's on the feet, you know, the cleaner, harder shots are going to be coming from Montana De La Rosa. If it goes to the ground, I still think maybe there's a slight edge for De La Rosa, only because Montana is more of a pure wrestler than Jillian Robertson. And she's more physical, she's bigger. She's a lot bigger than Jillian, and she's a lot stronger and more physical than Jillian Robertson. But and another thing too, I've never seen Montana De La Rosa in trouble on the ground. Not ever once have we ever seen her in trouble, except in fights before the UFC. In the UFC, we have never once seen Montana De La Rosa in trouble on the ground. So as far as like, I mean, but Julian, I mean, that's a fight Julian Robertson could definitely win. But I'd have to say, as far as just like well-roundedness, what I'm saying, like who would have? I think Montana could compete with her and Jillian on the ground is pretty much 50-50, but on the feet, it's definitely going to go to Montana De La Rosa if it takes place on the feet.
Okay. Gary Baldwin said he got Montana over Jillian. Okay, yeah, I can see that with the power. I think she's a little bit more committed to striking.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so Miranda at her post-fight press conference said she wanted the winner of Antonina versus Andrea Lee. Man, what do you think of that fight?
Yeah, I'm in, dude. I'm in. The only problem with that fight, man, for me, if it's Andrea Lee, I think Maverick beats Andrea Lee. Like, I just think Miranda Maverick is a lot bigger than I thought she was, dude, because when she was rolling around on the ground, when she was on top of Julian Robertson, you could really see the size difference. Like Miranda Maverick is thick, like THICC, thick.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she's thick. And I'm not talking thick as in like a sexual thick, but muscle, like style.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I think she would beat Andrea Lee. The problem would be with Antonina Shevchenko. I think that the punches from Antonina could hurt any of those girls. Antonina can put any girl away if she was to, connect. You know what I'm saying? But it's either way it goes. I mean, I think that if I had to choose between Antonina and Maverick, I'm gonna go Maverick.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like any girl that can grapple, she, you know what I'm saying, can beat Antonina. It's the girls who can't grapple, like Ariane Lipski. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was able to beat Lipski on the ground. She got hit one time by Lipski, and Antonina was like, "Fuck that." You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
I remember that. Yeah.
Dude, she got hit one time, and she said, "Fuck that," and she took the fight to the ground because she knew Lipski can't grapple. Any girl with a good, solid ground game can beat Antonina Shevchenko, because I feel like when you're as solid of a grappler as like Maverick or De La Rosa or somebody like that can, or Roxanne, you know what I'm saying? The threat of the punches isn't really that much when you can get the fight to the ground. When you can get somebody like Antonina to the ground.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the threat of the punches, I mean, when you got somebody on the ground, that's gone. You know what I'm saying? So the only puzzle you really got to figure out is how to get them to the ground. So, that swings the pendulum in the way of Miranda Maverick, but it's still, I mean, either way, either one she fights, I think she'll beat them.
Okay. Yeah, because, I mean, I seen Miranda pick up Victoria Leonardo, and we know Victoria Leonardo is not a small girl, So
right.
She's definitely got the physical strength to handle either of them, Andrea Lee, man, it's just like with her, I just don't see her applying what she knows. Like, she's got skills, but she just doesn't apply it to fight night, man.
Yeah.
So I think Antonina.
Andrea Lee?
Yeah, Andrea Lee.
Oh, yeah. And then Colton says, just knowing that she's Valentina's sister makes me think she's going to be right up there with Valentina in rankings. Nah, man, that's not going to push Antonina up the rankings. Antonina got to win.
Yeah, she got to win.
You know what I'm saying? Antonina got to win, man. Got to survive the punches. Ask Alima Lay McFarlane about it. That fight, man.
Answer that. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Yeah, man. I don't think that fight with you talking about with Juliana Velasquez, man, that was a close fight, man. I mean, that wasn't a one-sided beatdown. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I still feel some type of way about that fight, and I'm gonna have to ask Combo about it when he get back, man. That fight was close. That was a close fight, and I see them doing the rematch. That's probably the way that Bellator is going to go. So expect to see Velasquez versus McFarlane too. Don't be surprised if you see that. Marcus Bell. What did Marcus Bell say?
What did Marcus Bell say?
Bigger Marcus Bell? I don't think so. I don't think she was big. I think she's bigger now than she was in Invicta. But let's see. What was I getting ready to? Oh, what did you think about that Velasquez? He said something about TJ said gotta survive the punches. Ask Alima-Lei McFarlane about it. Alima-Lei lost that fight, man, but that was a close fight, dude. That was a competitive fight. What do you think about that fight? I don't think we've ever talked about that fight.
It started off more so in Velasquez's favor, but like Velasquez took her foot off the gas, in my opinion. And
Yeah.
I think, Alima-Lei knew, like, I would say in the midpoint of round 3, she stepped on the gas and said, I need to go for broke. And then like rounds 4 and 5 more so favored Alima-Lei.
Yeah.
It didn't go the way I thought it would. It was too technical for Velasquez. Like, she didn't take full advantage of what I thought she had,
Yeah, man. That's why I think that. I mean, that fight could have went either way, man. Like, I feel like that fight could have went when round 5 ended. I was like, yo, this is close. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, because Alima-Lei was in that fight, man. Like, she was never out of that fight. You know what I'm saying? And she got the takedown. She had the ground control, and I feel like they didn't count that as much as they should have, because I feel like sometimes judges don't know these fighters before they judge them. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't if Juliana Velasquez was winning on the feet, that's her territory. But when the fight went to the ground, that's Alima-Lei's territory. That's her winning and scoring points in the fight. And I just feel like they don't know these fighters that well. You know what I'm saying?
I felt like Velasquez won it, but she didn't win it in the fashion I thought she would win it. And so I was like, that's whenever Alima-Lei came on a little bit stronger. If Alima-Lei came on stronger in maybe like the second round, I think then, she could have swayed the judges. But I think they saw like the first 3 rounds go straight to Velasquez,
Right.
Let's see here.
Don't think y'all
the fight.
They thinking whoever said they're trying to say like Alima-Lei finished or man, she ain't finished. And she'll be back. Come on now.
So she just submitted Jessica Eye in the submission underground, huh?
I didn't see it. Did she submit Jessica Eye?
That's what I heard, and I saw like a picture of them together on IG. I gotta go back and look at it, see if it's online. But yeah, that's what I heard.
Oh wow! That's to be expected, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much to be expected. Like, did we expect Jessica Eye to win that? You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I definitely wanted McFarlane to choke her till she passed out. All right.
Lipsky has the worst ground game in the division. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say he had the worst. I would say the worst ground game at 125 pounds could either be. I mean, it's a toss-up between like Lipsky, Antonina, and who else would you say?
Oh man, look, I like Paulina Batejo, but I think it might be her and Courtney Casey. I'm just being real. I'm just being honest. I was like, man, like it's got to be between those two, Molly McCann. Yeah. Did you say Molly McCann?
I did not say Molly McCann.
Yeah, I'll say Molly McCann then.
I forgot about Molly. Yeah, like, so, I mean, no, I don't think Lipsky has the worst ground game. You got some other ones that's got some pretty bad ground game.
Yeah.
Antonina is right in that conversation.
So, yeah, man, flyweight division is looking good. I mean, Miranda's in there now, in the top 15. I know there's still a lot of work to do. So, we'll be talking about it more and more.
I see them making Santos versus Maverick. They both beat Jillian Robertson.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? Or I could see that, or I could see Maverick versus Barber.
That would be good.
Yeah, I could see that. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe we can see Miranda Maverick get a big fight. Like, what if Miranda Maverick is like a top 10, like Alexa Grasso or somebody like that? Like, you never know what they'll do with Maverick because they like Maverick.
Taylor Santos got Roxanne coming up. So if Taylor beats Roxanne, if she beat Roxanne, that's probably going to elevate her to somewhere between title eliminator next or what? I mean, Lauren Murphy and JoJo are fighting for a title eliminator, so we'll see, you know.
Yeah. They better hope Valentina win that. They better hope Valentina beat Jessica Andrade, man. I'm just saying, like, they better hope, them flyweights better hope that Valentina beats Jessica Andrade, because if Andrade is a champion, dude, like I see a few of those girls beating Valentina. Like I see a couple of them, like maybe by like if somebody is scrappy enough to get Valentina in a position that like Juliana Pena got her in, you know what I'm saying? Like if somebody is scrappy enough to get her there, to get up in Valentina's face, you know, I see that happening. You know, I see that as a possibility. Jessica Andrade, on the other hand, man, you know, I mean, even to go as far as like, you know, my girls, Jillian Robertson, no chance. No chance. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Catelyn, you know, Chukagian put up a good fight, but she got stopped. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe like Jennifer Maya can mix it up with her, those big physical girls, maybe Taylor Santos. But it's hard for me to see JoJo or Roxanne,
Nah,
any of them
man.
girls.
Look, JoJo my girl, but she already had that issue with her at strawweight. You know what I mean? They fought at strawweight. We saw how that went. So, man, like, wait a minute. Okay, yeah. Somebody giving Valentina a tough fight. I think out of the triple threat, I keep saying, I gotta say, yeah, Taylor Santos might be the one to give her some trouble. You know.
Yeah, because Taylor Santos don't give a damn. Like, Taylor Santos don't care how good you are in any place, anywhere. As we seen, she'll take you to your good place and beat you there. You know what I'm saying? Like, she took Jillian Robertson to her own world and beat her in her own world. You know what I'm saying? And, I mean, you got Adarujo floating around up there. You know what I'm saying? So you just, dude, flyweight is becoming exciting. People said flyweight was dead. I never thought flyweight was dead. I always thought flyweight was exciting. You know what I'm saying? But now you got these diamonds in the rough emerging. You know what I'm saying? You got the light being put out on some of those early, you know what I'm saying, diamonds like Montana and Jillian, girls who were racking up wins in the division. You know, but now you got girls like Alexa Grasso, you got Taylor Santos, you got Miranda Maverick, Viviane Adarujo, you know, Jennifer Maya. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got girls starting to stand out at 125 pounds, and you gotta just be, you know, you can't turn your back on those girls, because I mean they're there. Just like, you know, I mean you can't treat these girls that are winning now the way people were treating people like De La Rosa and Robertson when they were winning. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When they were, you know, racking up the wins in this division, everybody wrote those girls off. You know, wrote Lauren Murphy off. You know, Jillian Robertson, Montana De La Rosa. Now you got these new girls coming in. You know what I'm saying? Standing out. You're gonna see people start writing them off too. No matter who stands out at 125 pounds, to these Valentina Simps, nobody's gonna be able to beat her. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's the same thing with Izzy. You know what I'm saying? People, the Izzy clan. You know what I'm saying? People thought Izzy was invincible until Polish Power took him out. You know what I'm saying?